Ladies and gentlemen, we got bananas in chat from Ollie95XZ. And as of right now, no one. Oh, wait, there's Al Sanders with some bananas. Thank you, Al Sanders. Alien Explorer, Jay's on fire, Stomp and Smash. Here come the bananas. Cuplex, Jimmy2901, Gushy, Brantafors, High Lol, and the bananas are so unbelievably fast that my brain is spinning. I'm trying to look at the words and they're moving away from me. It's like a game. It's like try and read this while it runs away from you. That would be a very annoying game, wouldn't it? Apparently I'm offline, but you guys having strange computer issues this stream. Where do we start? Where do we start? So going live told me I was offline for a while, and then I got loads of messages. Oh, everyone can hear you. You know, your microphone's muted. And I look and I go, oh no, I might have muted my microphone. That means I've recorded the video announcing the stream muted, and then when I've gone to mute it, I've unmuted it, right? Well, that technically did happen, but then I've learned that this microphone and headset that I'm using, the mute button doesn't work because I'm using a different headset. It's a Logitech G330. Okay? It's the same headset as the other one, except it's not the same one. It's my old one, and I used it for streaming on my other computer the other day and repaired it, and it's really comfortable. I thought, hey, why don't I, like, you know, try and fix the other one and use this one for a while, so I should sound the same, but apparently the mute button doesn't work, which is kind of weird. Game Watcher says, X, your microphone and pre-stream music, you hurt my ears because it was so loud. I apologise, man. As I've just told you, I'm using the mute button. Now I've learned it doesn't work on this headset. I mean, you're only going to learn by making mistakes. In fact, that's quite truthful. Well, hopefully you learn by making mistakes. I mean, you wouldn't want to walk into a door and then not learn, oh, I've got to open the door first. Do you know what I mean? You'll have a bruised nose for the rest of your life. AssumerFan100 says, how can I see for how long I still subscribed? I have no idea, my friend. I'm really sorry. I don't know how to answer your question. Maybe contact Twitch support. Hit them up on Twitter with a question. I've tweeted at Twitch a few times and never got a response. There's certain companies or places, things, people that you can tweet at and you get a reply, and other ones not so much, you know. Gushy says, hope X doesn't have to sneeze this stream. That's a great point. True Kfert says, X, your mic is a bit hot. It points more towards my mouth than the other one. I'm going to adjust it all stream. And because of that, yeah, it's going to peak a lot, isn't it? What we will do is do some live adjustments. So I'm going to go to my recording devices. We're going to open up the Logitech and go to the levels. We're going to tone the input down a little bit. Can we do that? Right, how about now? Talking loud and peaking. We'll turn it down one more little dial. And it should be pretty good now. Yeah, no longer peaking. Excellent. Okay. Happy with that. Adam Creek says, how are you, X? I am good, Adam Creek. How are you? Thank you for asking. Been looking forward to streaming all day. And now that we get here, I can't quite remember where we left off or what we were in the middle of doing. So we should probably check the clipboard, right? I feel like there was more to this. Oh, it's because there's a second page. Add more drawers. Dispose of junk. Automate glass. Oh, I think we were going to automate sand, weren't we? That's what we'll do. We'll automate the production of sand next. And where do we do that? Probably underneath around here somewhere. So I believe that dimensional transceivers would be the next logical step. Or maybe further down the line for moving our energy around. So what I'm going to do is actually take the energy from this conduit, and down below with a few other blocks we will make a contraption. Right, so now I got noises in my ear. We've got a donation here from Rocky Avalon saying, if you copied your brain into another body, would it be unethical to kill the original you, since the new one has all of the same experiences and memories and such, or would it be murder? Was in a philosophical conversation when you started streaming. I think that the killing is there. It kind of makes it unethical, right? Like, is it unethical to kill an empty shell? I guess could be the other question. Like if you knew it was nothing, it would be like chopping down a tree, wouldn't it? If it didn't have a brain, if it didn't have consciousness, because you had extracted the brain, then it wouldn't be killing, because we don't generally perceive chopping down a tree as killing, and I would look at it the same way. You know, organic matter is all it is. That's the answer to your question, okay? I've got the right answer. I know I'm right because I just said I was right, okay? There's definitely no other answer to a philosophical question like that. I mean, seriously. Migaluminati, thank you for informing us of your current activity. Next time, don't bother. James on 420 says, X, your system is looping because you're exporting into drawers. It just goes around and around. Ooh, I think I know what you mean. Oh, right. Because it takes... Huh. It's going to take and then put back in again. So the trick is to just use external storage and give it a priority. Right, there's our external... Yeah. Yes, I've done this before. Priority set, but not visible. When we want to get other items down here, we will still need this. So I just don't need to use that now, don't I? Well spotted, young man. Well spotted. I'm going to say that a lot. Young man's my new thing, apparently. Hollander says, have you heard about the new solar system 40 light years away that looks like ours? I haven't. Is that the big announcement that NASA made? Because they teased it a little bit. They went, oh, we got something interesting. I'm not going to tell you what it is today, though. Scratch your noggin about it. I mean, 40 light years away. It's like, yeah. All right. I'll be more excited when we can get to somewhere 40 light years away within, you know, a day of travel. Or a week. Actually, maybe even a year. I don't know. That stuff would be quite impressive, wouldn't it? So, drawers is something we're going to do. We're going to add more drawers and put more things in them and use our exporter. So, we'll hold on to those. As of right now, though, we are going to need... Let's see. Exoskeleton says, Old Man X. I'm not that old. Jeez. Leave me alone. Taco asked me to open a chance cube. I do that on my YouTube series. I do chance cubes on there. And on here, we don't do that kind of stuff. You know, we just focus on the tech and all of that. We will need an exporter. We have to export cobblestone from our system. We're missing silicon. I guess if we're automating sand, we could automate the creation of silicon as well, right? Hey, this is going to be very useful. This is going to be a very useful system, I think. We're out of sand over here as well, so it looks like we might need more immediately. And the way that we get more is by changing you to purple. And there's the sand. Bam, we'll take it. Now, wait a minute. Does sand make silicon? I've just confused myself. I just confused myself big time. It's not crafting. It makes glass. What makes silicon? Man, I got confused then. Isn't it quartz for silicon? Clay? I didn't know clay. Oh, do you sag it? You sag the sand, peeps. You sag the sand. I knew it had something to do. Right, we'll put it in the sag mill then. Jeez, okay, calm down. Right. Why you know... Go over there. Did I disable it again? Extract. Also, no, wait. Extract. Insert. In fact, I think I recall turning off the redstone signal at some point. So that's kind of... How much did that back up? Let's have a look. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, we're in trouble. What we'll have to do is manually do this bit. By chucking some more of that up there and some of that in here and... Uh-oh. Well, that didn't work. Okay, I think the silicon's done. So, yes, we're going to... And there you all are telling me in chat. Afro Samurai, thank you for letting me know it's a sag mill. So, we've got to craft a sag mill then. Let's type that into chat. Oh, look at that. We can make one. That's amazing. If we also want to make glass, we'll need an alloy smelter. Except I'm typing that in the wrong place. Jeez. Need to go to Minecraft school again. Hi. One of those, thank you very much. One of those. Right, so with that we can make sand, glass, and silicon. So we need an exporter. We've got an exporter, that's great. So we're going to export We're going to generate sand in one spot, and then we're going to export it back to do the sag and the alloy somewhere else. So we would need 2 exporters at that instance, and I believe only an importer. I believe we may just need a single importer. And we got 2, fantastic. We're also going to need some auto-sieving action going on. Can you say taco, please, says Taco. I said taco a moment ago when I read your name, buddy. We also got a resubscribe for 12 months in a row from Blaze Junkie 82. 12 months, that's 1 year. Thank you so much, my friend. I really do appreciate that support. That's amazing. And Leper. Now, I got this really good once when I said it. Leper are 2... No, actually, I think I didn't. I think I butchered this one. And I think I remember butchering it well. Leper to Polari says, let's start the stream on a good note. Near 6 months. Nice stuff, X. Yes, thank you for resubscribing for 5 months in a row. And also, Joel Kip is here, resubscribing for 16 months in a row. Do appreciate all that wonderful support, people. Leper Atu Lepori says, butcher time. Yeah, it sounded bad when I said it, so it can't be that good, the butchering. Okay. We have to hammer cobblestone. We do, I tell you, we do. I'm not lying. We've got to hammer that cobblestone, and we've got to hammer it good. I think we'll do a double setup as well here. We're going to go for 2 of these. Thank you very much. So those. And then like that. Okay, now that I think about it, actually, it doesn't go in a sieve. It just gets... Right, so I want 4 of those, not 2. If I'm going to do a double setup, I actually need 4. Jeez, I need to concentrate. And I got noises in me ear. Okay, right, let's go up here. 1, 2, 3, 4 once again. And we also would like 2 hammers. Thank you very much. Right. 1 and 2. So we got 4 auto hammers. We will need Ender IO conduits. Conduits. Maybe we're out. No, wait. I'm typing in the wrong thing. Okay, and now we need to find a cobblestone generator. We've got one here, which I think I might use, because we're going to start to ditch this power system, okay? Now, we've got to build outside of where these blocks are, because there's our mob farm, which I actually probably want to expand at some point, so it might be good just to not build at all in this area. Yeah, we cut a lot of efficiency off of that. We'll just make our own cobblestone generator. I was going to pinch from that one, but it'll probably make life easier if we just make our own. Nope, that didn't work. Bam, and the noises are happening in my ear. I'll get to those in a second. Right. We'd like one of those. Let's type in bucket up here. Nope, that's not a bucket. Right, we are short on buckets. Okay, and we'll chuck the rest of those in the system. So water over here, and lava will grab from there. And yes, we got some new subscribers, as ManXBoy says, subhype. New subscriber Tiny Small 69 has subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, do appreciate it. And Eastwind 4869 has resubscribed for 10 months in a row, saying love you X. Also love the new terracotta blocks. They're cool, right? I really hope they tweak and refine them though. I feel like they need a little bit of work, you know. Like not saying bad things about it, just saying great start. Let's make it even better. Now I can just go all the way up to the top level if I won't, but it's kind of ridiculous. I think tier 3 will do the job. And we've got a donation here, Noise in the Ear from Stomp and Smash. And they say, insert witty comment here. Well, thank you for your donation. Appreciate the support as always. I ain't got no witty comment. I hope you weren't counting on me for that. But appreciate it, dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream today. We're going to hide this thing, this machine, I think, just somewhere down there next to the conduit. I was supposed to pick up an energy conduit as well, which I started to do earlier as well, didn't I? So there's that gap. Cool, and then we need to run this cable at 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put our 4 hammers underneath the power. I haven't given this a lot of thought, by the way. It really is just that. We'll put that there kind of attitude. We will put a cobblestone generator. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 for that. We'll put the cobblestone generator at this end. And then we will have a barrel at the other end and a importer. So we need some sort of storage device as well. Maybe we could use a basic drawer, actually. Let's do that. In fact, let's turn it so you can see it from the side a little bit. Cool. And yeah, we also got a new subscriber. It's Mon219. Thank you for subscribing, buddy. Appreciate the support, and I hope you enjoy today's stream. But Half Monty Nun says, X, is there any tea in this pack? Good question. I've got a tea on my desk though, and it needs drinking. You know what I mean? Let's have a look. I see tea hooks. Oh, sack of green tea. A teacup. Hi. How do I make it? There's no recipe. Oh no, and a tea set. Gas tier chicken, steamed clay bucket. I like that it's upside down. So there is tea, but I don't know how to craft it, which kind of sucks, you know. Well, anyway, what we're going to do over here is a similar system to what you've seen before. So in here we're going to have grey. Let's go to the right bit. Insert. We're going to insert light grey. Light grey is going to be our code colour for cobblestone. That's going to turn it into gravel. Code colour for that will be purple. So these ones are going to work with purple. And the one at the end is going to be yellow, because yellow is sand. Right, so now what we need to do is say this one will extract on our cobblestone channel. Off it goes. This one will also extract, but it will do it on which channel now? Purple, because purple is... well... did I go past it? There it is. So, in out, put that one on purple. Did I activate it with redstone? No, I didn't. I like to put it on that one, activate without. But if you give it a signal, it'll turn it off, which you might accidentally do at some point. So now we've got to go over here, do the same thing again, and set this one to yellow, because that's got purple going in, which is gravel, and it's going to create the sands that we're looking for here. Bam, there we go. And we should see... aha! We got sand. We got 32 so far. So now we'll slap an importer. And I never grabbed some cables, did I? Minecraft Made Gen L says, hi, X just joined. What were you doing? You haven't missed anything, really. You really haven't. We fixed a minor problem with our storage system. And now what we're doing is creating a sand generator. Okay, so we want these cables to be like up in the ceiling and not down below annoying us. So that'll do. Right, it's taken the sand out of there, which is going to be a common occurrence because we're going to move it over to here, actually. Yes, we are. I could do with some of that sand. Let's just remove that for a second. And we're... wait, no, we're going to import. We're going to import. Of course we're going to import. AR Gales says, X, press C while looking at a block. It brings up a crafting thing. Press C. What the fudge? How long... what is this? How long have we played this pack without pressing that key? What the... what is that? Like... it's got like little sub things as well. What is this? I feel like I might blow up the world if I'm not careful. If anyone can tell me what that is fascinating. MD Sky says, why not lock the drawer? There really isn't a reason to lock the drawer, but you might as well. Like, what we'll do is put that one and that one on. You know, because it's always going to get zapped out of there, but I guess if it's locked, you might stop something bad from happening. I like the amount of redstone going into my inventory, because that's obviously a good thing at this point. We need to grab that. We need to start importing this into our system. And we also want to export it down here. Hi, that's not supposed to go there. There we go. We need those keys again. And I actually need one of those, don't I? Okay, it's locked to sand. That's kind of it. It's probably exported all the sand it can into the system, and now our sand will be stored down here. We've got 25 so far. That's pretty good. Asuma Fane Roni says, Asuma, what is your favourite tea? At the moment, it would probably be this Moroccan mint one that I've been trying. I also like Ceylon. I like Assam. I like English breakfast and Earl Grey. And I got the Ceylon one here, and I'm going to have a sip. What's a fudge, says Altin by TYQI. Fudge is like a... You could say a cake, but it's like an ingredient for a treat or a cake, you know. It's like chocolate. It's like thick chocolate fudge. Chewy, but not very chewy. I don't know. It's hard to describe fudge, because fudge is sort of like the descriptive word in a way. Tom T says, X, what is your favourite animal? I like all animals, man. I could not pick a favourite. I think they're amazing and wonderful. Okay, so the first part of our experiment has gone pretty well. We have successfully created sand and put it into the system. It's being stored over here. It's not making a terribly fast amount at the moment, but the design is quite easily scalable, so we could always add more. But what we're going to do right now is create a little station up top where we're going to see these things in action. So where do I want to put this actually? I was about to say over here, but we've got like that pretty close to... I'm going to need to both export and import. Adam Creek says, I'm back. You are back. Welcome back. And Hesty Fish says, X, you need to eat. Thanks for the reminder. Let's have a little chew on this toast sandwich. I also probably need some more volume, right? Zero Gaming says, hey X, I'm playing a smaller version of Hermit Pack. Self-edited the mod pack map. That's cool. Did you edit it so you could play it? Like, you know, because the big one's too much. But, you know, editing the pack for your own means is pretty cool. Davy_B is here resubscribing for 2 months in a row saying, hey, I love the series, also tea reminder. Thank you for the tea reminder. I just had a sip, but I think I have another one. Campfire says, what about mosquitoes? They aren't very nice. Well, you know, like, they're still pretty impressive in my opinion. I think all life is impressive. It's a pretty, like, interesting phenomena, or whatever you want to... However you say that word, we are the universe experience in itself, you know. Z1 Zonely says, Harry Enfield is the one who says young man. Young man, that's it, Harry Enfield. I said it the other stream, I said Harry, but I couldn't remember the second name. Yeah, it's really funny, that show. Probably a bit old for you young'uns. I've noticed that though, like, as I've gotten older, I've noticed that the further back in time you go, it can be harder to appreciate stuff. Like, for everything, even music. Like, there is great music from the past, but I seem to be more akin to more recent stuff. And the same goes for comedy. It feels like, who was it I was watching the other day? I was watching Kevin Hart, and it was hysterical, and it reminded me of Chris Rock. And Chris Rock is hysterical as well. And then you go and watch some of the people that influence someone like Chris Rock, because Kevin Hart's been influenced by Chris Rock. Like, you go as far back as... Oh, what's the guy's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. I can picture him. Eddie Murphy. Like, there's Eddie... that's not the one I was thinking of. There's Eddie Murphy. And then he's not quite as funny in his prime as someone like Chris Rock. And then you go back a step further and there's Richard Pryor. That's the guy's name. And he's not as funny as Eddie Murphy, like, to me. And I'm being like... I'm not putting them down, I'm just sort of pointing out how you're used to new things, right? How, like, the newest and freshest stuff can often be the most appealing. It's a really interesting phenomenon, actually. I don't ever really hear enough people, like, discuss it or go into depth with it, but it seems to be like a pretty common trend among people to gravitate to new things, and for someone who's influenced by someone older to sort of outdo them with the new generation. Bill Cooper Hicks says Richard Pryor. Yeah, you know what path I was talking about there. We got a power issue. That's not good. That's actually really alarming. What has caused that? Because we should be kind of good. Maybe we should suspend this again. So if we put it on extract, it'll stop doing stuff and then it will charge up. Except it won't stop doing stuff for a while. Neither will that. Blinky light is bad, peeps. Blinky light is very bad and it creates lag. Anthro Fury says, what about Leslie Nielsen? I might be getting confused. Is he the guy who did the Naked Gun? Some of the jokes in that thing, like, they kill me, but again, it's the same problem though. There's like newer comedians that did it. Sort of, they seem funnier to you because it's new and modern. Like Will Ferrell as a modern comedian has now started to, let's say, tire a little bit. It's the kind of topic to discuss. I'd probably have to sit down, think, and write little lists of where I notice, oh, I like this type of music, and it seems that the more recent it is, I like it a little bit more. You can always find exceptions to the rule, though. Like when it comes to metal music, like Black Sabbath, sort of the inception of metal, sounds absolutely brilliant to this day. You know, still really great stuff. This lag is really bad. Like, it needs to stop. Do you know what I mean? It needs to stop. And I think it might be about to catch up. Do you know what we could do? We could run a cable quickly and save it this way. God, that's terrible. Terrible, terrible lag. I hate it. It's rubbish. I don't really have enough cable pieces, do I? Oh my goodness me, that's bad. Leolair says the thing where you looked at a block and pressed C, from what I've read in chat, is supposed to be a crafting grid. Try using it there. Well, I did, but like clicking on it didn't seem to do much, but other than break it. So I don't know how to use it, I guess. Right, that's stopped at last. This one will slow down. Let's slow it down further. Okay. We're still blinking. What's changed? Let's turn... I'm not sure what's changed over here. Okay, now it's good again. Right. That was irritating. There's something I've been talking about doing that I think we should. We should put a solar panel on top of it, you know? Apparently I should right-click with items onto the grids. That sounds interesting. What could we craft with it then? Like, we could craft an iron block. So we look down at the ground, we press C. Oh, it looks different here. Ooh. Ooh. That is interesting. So I could leave that, like, lying around in my base as like a decorative ornament. And the texture changes when you jump about. So now can I take that item? I didn't get the item! I don't know how that works. Maybe you got to shift click it. So let's go for some... Like, now let's shift and click. Nope. Right, now we're shift right click. I don't... Walk over it? No, I don't know how you get the item back. But that's really cool. Mindigus says, checked out Dimmu Begir because of your recommendation. It's now one of my favourite bands. That's awesome, dude. Check out a song of theirs called Chaos Without Prophecy. I'm hooked on that song at the moment. I learnt how to play it. Can't stop playing it. It's really, really fun to play along to because it's a simple song. But it made me really appreciate the song as well. I've known about that song for like 20 years or something. Yeah. Like, I don't... 20 years. I'm exaggerating a bit. And it only... In fact, it probably came out 20 years ago. It came out 20 years ago this year, so I am exaggerating. Oh, people are saying press C to get it. Thanks, peeps. Let's give it a try. Nice. That's actually super handy, isn't it? It's not quite as... Well, it's pretty good if you think about it. You're on the run, you ain't got a crafting bench with you, you forgot a piece of wood, you can just press C. That's really great, actually. I'll have to show Rendog that soon. Anyway, this song, like, it's really, really fun to play. But I've known about it for years, and now that I've like listened to it a lot lately, I've sort of realised, hey, this is like one of those really good songs that you overlook. And then it takes a bit of a nudge for you to figure out, oh, hang on a minute, this one's actually really good. Right, how much does this soak up per tick? 211. Oh, we get to see. Maybe it's because I'm adding all these things all the time. So if we did something like this, we would get I'm assuming that's 1 per tick, so we'd need to go up quite a few tiers like that one. And then there's just endless crafting to be done here, which I'm not a fan of. Looks like maybe it's not a great idea. Mills says, never knew that you like Black Sabbath. I like a lot of music, man. I like a lot of music. Hollander says, can't you play that song? I was saying that I can play it. I've been learning to play it. It's what we're going to do after stream is play guitar for an hour. Gurtab says, hey X, I just joined and threw some random messages in chat about Mumbo's prank. No one responded, so I am saying it directly to you. What do you think about the prank he did on you? It kind of failed, but it was hilarious to watch. By the way, T, I wasn't aware that Mumbo pranked me. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, we need to now export, and I just need to pick a location to put these. I think I wanted to put them on display. If I try and put them on display, I'm going to forever be fussing about where they go. So we could put that to save resources on a controller drawer. That's a really good idea. I think. Yeah. Let's get a controller drawer. There might be one in here, actually. I've got a feeling. There is. Of course there is. I Love Cats says, X likes everything when it comes to music. I'm finding out this out slowly. Oh, thank you for the comment on my blog as well. I'm going to plug my blog now. Peeps, if you think that listening to someone write about music, or listening, reading, oh God, not reading, sounds like fun, check out my music blog. If you search on a Google, assume a music blog, there is a chance that you will probably find my music blog where I write about music. You'd never have guessed it really, because it's a music blog, you know. It's not where you'd go to read about music, right? Right, am I making funnies? No, I'm probably not. Anyway, I'm going to click on the things. So that's going to lock and it's going to display quantity as well. So we want to get silicon in here and also... Right, so we're going to need an importer and an exporter. I wonder if Ender.io works with this stuff. I'm getting all sorts of ideas now and I'm not sure. So if we have something there on extract, right, and then we have a drawer over here, does it just take whatever it wants out of there and put it in here? Right, it's like it doesn't... No, it's not going to take out like that. Okay. So let's try specifically from the drawer. So we tell it to extract. Oh, I think that works. It did. It did work. Right, so we have to tell Ender.io to take specifically from a drawer. That's interesting. Okay, in that case, I don't actually want that one down there. I think I want it up the top. Reading, nobody reads anymore, says Cuplex. I tell you something, Cuplex, I don't read, alright? Reading's boring, I never read anything at all. We got a message here, let me just read it from JG424 saying, oh, that is what that blog is all about. I was wondering what the words on the blog meant. Yeah, they just mean something about the music. It's one of those things. Liam said, hey X, I love the idea of your game, but I think you need to make the item drop areas more visible. You could do small circles in the wall with a block that stands out where the ones are on the outside. It's really not so bad when you're playing it to fly at those little markers. I know they're not terribly visible. The problem with doing something where you go into the walls are you have to think about the velocity speed of the rocket. It's going to require a big tunnel to move through without hitting the wall. Think of Doc and Etho's tunnel that they built. I flew through that thing with a rocket and I hit the wall a couple of times. And I'm done for digging. You know, I'm done for digging for a while. I've done my fair share. So yeah, that's why it's not going to change too much. Ambior James says, I love reading. I love reading too. C Snail says, reading is the best thing in the world. How dare you insult it? It's not the best thing in the world, mate. I mean, it's pretty low down on the list. I'm sending confusing signals now, aren't I? I really like reading. Reading's great. It's good for your brain. I feel like I should read a novel soon. I've been reading all this books about your brain and your brain smarts and how your brain works, and it's starting to get a little bit like, oh, I get it, like, the brain is flawed. Stop telling me about how flawed it is. And I read some novels a few years ago, and I really liked it. You see, I'm someone who likes music and imagination and cinema and that kind of thing. Yeah, a book, what's really, I think, really great about a book is that you have to fill in the blanks, you know. That's the wrong thing to put there. Or is it? What were we using? No, exporter would be correct. We want to just export everything out of here, basically, is the trick. But then we... you see what I'm doing? I'm forgetting how I set up the system. We're not supposed to do it this way. We're supposed to request and import... Yeah, we would... we're still going to use this. Peeps, please forgive me. It's about us hanging out and having a good time. It's not about doing smart things in Minecraft today, you know? Okay, the cave... Right, so we are going to export the contents of this. But we're also going to import the contents of sand somewhere else. This doesn't feel right to me. I feel like I'm missing something. 5@5 says, X, have you seen my tweet? I send you pictures I draw, and can you give an opinion? Also, please decorate your game. I got a weird feeling, I don't know, 5@5, what's your Twitter name? I receive some images from Lord Cloud from time to time. They're really nice, his little drawings, I always like them. But I don't recall seeing like any others recently. Anyway, like what I'm thinking is we're going to... This is a good way of exporting everything. Then we've got to import sand. The sand has then got to be, once processed, exported over here. So we will export with conduit. I'm just going to build it. I think visually is how we're going to, you know, like figure this one out. Okay, so now what we need to do is get sand into these. So this is where we use an importer, and the unfortunate thing is that Ender.io doesn't like talking to an importer. At least it hasn't done in the past. Maybe this is like an updated thing. So, no, we need to export. What did I put down there? Oh, jeez. Getting this all wrong. So that is going to import, this is going to export, and when it's done processing it is going to... Yes, it all makes sense. So this thing needs to extract and use round robin. Okay, it's going to insert into these two places, which currently don't have power, so we need to leech power from the side. Like so. Let's actually connect them with those conduits like that for a change. And that means we get that one back. Chug the tea, says Sebisd. Chug that tea. Pona says, hey Asuma, I already tweeted this at you, but I don't know if it came through. You should check your mob farm here, as well as with Ren. There is one solid block above your farm. The whole chunk will spawn mobs considerably slower. It won't just use a tiny bit of efficiency, as you said in the last episode with Ren. I have to leave now, but chat could remind you to check your mob farm. Pony, you're actually incorrect. That is outdated information. There have been changes made. I believe that's written on the wiki, and it's incorrect. It's now just the block above. It's not the entire chunk. So if there is like a column of air in the chunk above the farm and another one's got a block above it, it's only the one with the block above it that gets slowed down. Just so you know. I Love Cat says X quartz is a better way to get silicon. At least you want to auto-craft it because sand sag milling isn't 100%, so you can't auto-craft with it. Took me a few hours to get that. Yeah, but I'm not producing anything else out of thin air yet. Like, I'm not producing quartz out of thin air. It'll be okay though, don't worry about it. Right, let's have a look. So we want this thing to no. We don't want that to happen. We want this thing to export sand. And we want to round robin distribute into these, which it's not doing. I did say it might not work. We need one of these between it. Okay, so we will put you there. We shall export. There's another problem with this, I've just realised. Okay, there it goes. I'm gonna stop this immediately. We need a detector on it. This whole setup is gonna just be ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Xerox says, missed my resub. I could have done. I just feel a little bit out of tune with streaming today. I've just noticed that I've missed a ton of stuff. I'm terrible. Yep, we would like to make one of those. I'm missing a comparator. See, every time we need to make something like a comparator, we should really make recipes for this stuff. Look, I'm well out of it today. Typing in the wrong place over there. Let's create a pattern for that. Let's create a pattern for those. And there should be space somewhere here. We'll put one in there. And one in there. So now when we go to make that detector, it doesn't have a problem with it. Of course it doesn't. Bam! There we go. That's the way you do things around here. And Leolea says, don't you have a quartz chicken X? Is that not generating quartz out of thin air? No, we don't have a quartz chicken. Or maybe we do. Maybe we found one. I think we did find one. Well, if I can generate quartz out of thin air, then maybe it'd be a better idea, but I'm just going to do this for now. So, we got Digital Drummer 79 resubscribing for 5 months in a row, saying nearly half a year. Watch out. You got to watch out, peeps, for that Digital Drummer. We've got a donation here from Dizcam saying, about life, when you start to look at levels of importance of kind of life, you lose the impressive importance as a whole. By the way, need better tea in the US. I'll get on that. I'll ring up the shipping agency and I go, oi, the US don't have good tea like we do over here. Sort it out and they'll take care of it, I'm sure. Or they'll go, who are you ringing us, you nutter? Appreciate the donation, man. Really nice sentiment. Really nicely expressed. With few words as well. Really got the point across. I like that. The Prax is here with a donation saying, greeting from Germany. Do you know / like August Burns Red? They're alright. I wrote about them on my blog. They're alright. I've seen them live a couple of times. They're one of those bands that don't quite like scratch my itch, but I can understand how they might scratch your itch or scratch you behind the ears, if you know what I'm saying. I love making stuff sound weird. Yeah. Right, I want this thing to export sand when the detector gives it the right signal. And I believe putting it to like that is fine. And I don't care that all of this looks ugly because we could spend forever figuring this stuff out. So what we want it to do is detect sand when there is... Let's say when there is... For now, we're going to keep 3 stacks in reserve. When there's 3 stacks of sand... Right, so emit when above the amount. And that's all we need to do. And then this will only ignore redstone signal, only work with redstone signal. So it's only going to export that sand when we're above 3 stacks, which we are. Which means we're going to get silicon, which it's done 7 of so far. And we're also going to get glass. Now, I believe this might make more than... I love cats. What did you say a moment ago about this whole silicon thing? Because that to me looks like it's the only thing it's doing. Although it isn't doing it every time. Either way though, what we got to do is put one of those there, and one of those there. They will now be sucked out of the system. That's fine. And we just got to set up those Ender IO conduits. So extract, extract, insert. Bam, all done. All good in the hood, homie, as I ever so oftenly say. Let's chuck that stuff in there. Right, and there we go. So they could possibly do some upgrades. Now what we've got to do is check our power situation. We're still at 3 million. We're having no issues. Let's look at our liquid. Liquid is looking good. So we're starting to use the power and it's all good. JG424 says, I spent the whole day grading exams. It was the most frustrating thing ever. You spend all semester teaching students the best of your ability, and when you have to sit through 200 examples of them not getting it right in an exam. I know it's perfectly normal for half the students to fail the exam, but it's still frustrating still. Maybe change the way you're teaching them, or is it a case of they're not listening, or, you know, like, like, school doesn't work for a lot of people. School is the institution of learning, or let's say school is a rigid thing, right? And it is not adaptable to everyone. Not everyone fits into the way that school works. I felt like one of those people that didn't fit into the way school works, and so for some people, you know, are going to struggle with it, but maybe others are distracted or not paying attention. I don't know. It just, as I was replying to your message, that kind of thought popped into my head. By the way, I'm not sure if I said thank you, the Prax, for the donation. Appreciate that. Exarox. Oh god, I say it different every time. Butchered it. I mean, wow. Exarox has resubscribed for 4 months in a row, saying, "Loving Sky Factory. Got to go in 30 minutes though. Keep it up, man." Well, what was I going to say? That was 12 minutes ago, so I got it in time. And glad you're enjoying the stream, and I hope you enjoy the next 15 minutes or so of hanging out here. Right, so let's have a look at our supplies. I feel like now what we need to do is identify the ones to go into the drawers, but we can also check some things. We have now automated sand and glass, and also something that wasn't on the list. We're going to add more drawers now. And then what should we do? What should we do after that? We sort of built the new power system too, in a way. We should probably go through our achievement book after that, and then maybe we'll look at building a new sieve system. Does that sound good? Flint in the sag, says in Jensen. You're right, that would increase efficiency, but I'm not sure that I'm producing a lot of flint. You know, then I would have to make a flint farm. It's a good idea. Since I don't have a flint farm, I'm going to leave that one alone for now. Now, this thing's supposed to distribute round robin. Is it really, like, built up that many stacks there? That's kind of crazy. Anyway, let's focus on this project again. We want our 2 keys down here and our drawers in place, and quickly lock them. Yikes, that wasn't supposed to happen. Get out of there, you. No, I don't. Oh. Do you know what? Cactus is one of the ones that was probably going to go in there anyway, wasn't it? So what we need to do now is export cactus from elsewhere into here. And we got a new subscriber. It's Mason W177. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate your support. Hope you're having a good time. This guy's having a great time. He's loving the hot tub. The hot tub, the cold tub. I don't know what sort of tub it is, but he likes to go swimming. They don't have water in the Nether. MRCU Mr. Cup Gaming says, just make dark steel. For what reason should we just make dark steel? Is that the only... Just make dark steel, man? Is that the only thing we should ever do now? Let's, wait, what are we doing here? We're extracting on purple. That's blue over here is the colour that I've used. Okay, so now we need to go to... Actually, let's go back. The colours I used here are not of my normal code, right? Blue, there we go. And let's take all of that stuff out. In fact, we don't need that anymore because we've got our other sand generation going on. Cluster Fluff says, if you're sieving gravel, then you have flint, right? No, it doesn't produce flint, actually. It only produces the other stuff, whatever it's called. Right, we've got a lot of sugarcane. We got a lot of ink sacks and a lot of lapis. Is slime balls down there? It better be. And our bones down there. Let's go have a look. We'll do the top row first. Slimes and bones, all good in the hood. So I guess it means these ones. Wait, we already got slime. Right, I'm going to put you in there, and you in there. And then it should... No, I have to then also tell it to export. And it will start moving all the stuff in there, I think. Dark steel balls are better than flint in sag mill, says Loop Duck. Is something we can come back to later. Look, this thing is just producing what we want now, right? So it's slowly going to increase the amount of those things in the system over time, which is just great. I'm getting lag spikes again. Why is there hideous lag in my world? I mean, I should expect it really because it's Minecraft and it's modded, but it's kind of disgusting, this lag. So what are we up to now on the sand front? We're going to take some of that and put it in one of those drawers, along with the lapis. So those two are next. Sag mill plus cobble equals flint, says Stroggy Face. Yep, I mean that would... I could figure out something, but it's doing what I want it to do, so we'll leave it alone. For now, we can always come back to it another time. Right, let's do those. So we're going to go for lapis and sand. Okay, then we take them... Huh, the sand's gone straight away. That kind of makes sense. What is with this lag all of a sudden? What started that problem? Okay, I can't seem to pick anything up there. Jeez, my frames are dying here. What is this about? It's sort of... Right, there must be some sort of... Is there like an entity dump going on somewhere? Like loads of stuff on the ground? It could be the system looping the items. It might be the sand. It kind of started with the sand, did it not? Yeah, it looks like the sand's fighting a lot. Let's take that out of there. Kagamine says you have over 900 flint, and it'll go quickly if we put it in the sag mill. Let's forget about the sag mill. That exporter plus external storage is going to loot. It's pulling from the system and the drawers to put them back in. Yeah, it is, but we're trying to put them in here to begin with, right? And it shouldn't do that with everything. Since I took out sand, it's not as bad. Also, we already had sand. What am I doing? Yeah, like we don't need sand. It's not silicon. Let's go pick out another big item. Maybe we're just doing too many at once now, you know? Let's go put string in there. Maybe we should do this one item at a time then. So let's take that out. Okay, there's the string. So if I put it down here, let's see what happens to the frames. It's pretty much the same. A lot of people are saying system loops. Let's turn this off. And the frames get... Yep, okay, so that's the problem. So maybe we can only do one at a time for now. So we'll do string, and we'll probably get a tiny bit of lag. S3D says, say to X, get Minecraft more RAM. But that's not a way to fix the FPS issue. If anything, adding more RAM to this pack would slow it down. Let's go look at this thing again. Right, so because of our power situation, we've stopped that for now. I kind of want to rebuild that system. Maybe that should be our next project. What do you guys think? You have a slime farm, says Yoshako. Yes, we do. We do have a slime farm. So I guess that add more drawers is just going to be as time goes by thing. So, Solarium upgrade, not something to particularly focus on. Let's have a look over here. So the new sieve system could be a thing. Otherwise, we've got to go... What have we got to do left? Aha, something there. Capture a cow in a jar. How do we do this? I believe it will tell you. Cow in a jar. Isn't there like a description? Loot bag. Cow in a jar. An anvil... Right, I think I know how you do this. Slowly produces milk for recipes, that's cool. X, why more RAM is more lag, says Sensei Anime. It's because if I press F3, right, look at this memory just up here. Look where the cursor is, top right of the screen. I'm at 50% of the memory that I've assigned to the game. And notice how it goes up and then it comes back down again. Every time it does that, it clears 1.8 gigabytes of RAM, basically. This will jump up to about 70% sometimes, which is why I keep it at 4 gig. I could probably tone it down to 3.5. If I double this, if I add another 4, I'm using 8 gigs of RAM. It's now got to clear 6 point whatever I said gigabytes of RAM. If you add like even more still, you'll end up with these horrible lag spikes where it has to spend ages clearing the RAM every second. When I say ages, I mean like, you know, half a second, but you'll feel a half a second where the game freezes. Asuma, corner a cow, place the jar under it, drop an anvil onto it. I like the instructions, Anthro. It's very simple. Okay, so... Ooh, a cow plushie. I want a cow plushie. Sounds amazing. Hi. We got none of those blocks, though. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so... No, that didn't work. Anvil. But how do I... What's the crafting recipe? Wait, what am I supposed to... Hang on, where's that message again? Place the jar under it. So the instruction is to place the jar, the cow in the jar. How do we get that? Do we get it from a loot bag? Is that what you... Oh. Or is it a chance to get the cow in the bag? Peeps, how do I get this thing? Because it's not giving me a recipe. I wonder if there's any other uses for it as well. That's literally it. Control for more info? Yes, get a cow plushie, please, says Exoskeleton. I don't know how, unfortunately. Gurtav says, hey, an excuse. I said earlier Mumbo pranked you, and I meant gave you a gift. Won't tell you more than that. It will be near the Octavoid, otherwise people will call me a spoiler or something. I'm not 12 years old and spoiling anything. I understand, man, I understand. So I guess he did something in his episode that I need to go check out. Jason420 says, X, you can get my plushie from the DecoCraft mod. Raz has a doll of me. Search the J's and you'll see me. For real? The J's is in the pack. Oh, look everyone, it's the J's. That's cool. You're in the game. Everyone's saying look up a jar. Let's type jar. Ah, cow in a jar, milk jar. Right, that kind of makes a lot of sense. And apparently I already had some milk, which is really cool. Alright, so now what we need is a animal net. And we need a cow. So, where do we go when we want a cow? Somewhere over here. There. It's like the last place I look. I mean, I'm not going to keep looking, but you know what I mean. This thing could do some modifying as well. It's not picking up the XP. Which is kind of odd, because that thing is positioned to do so. So, fluid has backed up. Fluid is not going down into that thing. Fluid is... But what's wrong with that? Why is it not accepting anything? Hang on, let's inventory organise. What's wrong with this thing, eh? Peeps, who knows? Maybe if you put a block on top of it, it closes it. That would be my guess. That would be slightly unfortunate. Right, anyway, we need a cow, so we're going to turn those off. Then we're going to go hang out somewhere else and look at the platform. And wait for things to spawn, you know. There's not much more I can do now than wait. Might have to wait a while. Mega says, Mumbo has tried to prank you, but all went wrong and the prank failed. Poor Mumbo. I'll check out his episode and see what's going on. Not right now, later on, of course. Go to Hermitcraft and check the prank, says Yosharkio. Hey man, I'm streaming right now. We're playing Sky Factory. Can't go on no Hermitcraft. This is modded Minecraft. They won't let me on. They'll kick me off. They'll say mods are not allowed on this server. Right, we've got those key things in our inventory. And I guess... Oh, I go over the wrong side, didn't I? It's over here. Right, slimes are one thing. Cows yet? No cows. Well, usually they spawn pretty quickly. But not now that we need them. Of course they wouldn't. What are you on about? I should sleep in a bed properly. That might help. Aqua Buzz says, hey X, you should make an advanced generator fueled by firewater. We've already done that. Alright, then we'll do that. Hey, it's done. It's done. Amazing. I Love Cat says, X, your passive mob count isn't really good because you've got redstone chickens. Rename them or put them in nesting. Ah! Aha! Yes! Yes! No! I read that the modded chickens don't count towards the mob cap. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe when they're in the nesting pen they don't. Right, that... Oh, do I have to kill the redstone chickens? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Do we still have any eggs down here? No. I ditched all our eggs. Let's get eggs back into the system, because we're going to need some redstone eggs, that's for sure. So I might have to kill them all. Dude, it's just like a little labyrinth around here. Right, we'll keep the eggs. Bart Boy says angel wing. Yeah, we're using the angel wing to fly. Configure obelisk to pull from top, says Wolf Dances. I don't... not sure. To pull from the top. Anyway, that's our problem. And that's a big problem. I could put them in a bunch of animal nets for now. They're cheap. That's a solution. Let's do it. Oh my god, that's a great solution. I don't know how to deal with so many of these mobs. We don't have name tags. Let's just fill up our inventory with animal nets. That should take care of the problem. That should definitely do it. One thing is, we're going to need a chest as well, actually. Let's put one of those in there. Let's grab a chest. Just one. One would be nice. Jeez. Okay. I'm going to put this thing over here. Right, and then one by one. I didn't pick one up. There we go. Right, so we want to maximise the amount of these we've got on our hotbar. And pick them all up. Buckethead would be ashamed of you, X, says Rocky Avalon. He would. Did I say Rocket Avalon? Jeez. He would be ashamed of me. Buckethead was raised in a chicken coop, so the legend goes. He's very fond of his chickens. I'd say he's biased. Estellian, I was going to read your message, then I realised you were talking to someone else. Shane Slat says X, flip the circle on the front of the tank for the XP in the passive mob farm. Flip the circle on the front? That sounds odd. We'll look into that when we go down there. Just going to put these redstone chickens away. These redstone making machines, that's what I call them. They ain't no chickens. They're industrial chickens. Have you seen the rate at which they poop out redstone? It's ridiculous. It's redonkulous. Temp says, check the XP collector. I think you set the output to south and not down. Okay, well, we'll double check it. We'll double check it all. We got room for a few more of you. The rest might go, unfortunately. Because I ain't got time. Let's make two more. Let's put two more in there. Full chest, I think, is fair. 1 and 2. And then we're going to go find a cow. Alright, peeps. No. No, I was going to do something silly. It doesn't matter. It's time to say goodbye to our lovely redstone chickens. They've served us so well. But now they're going to serve us even more by providing us with cows, of all things. Don't judge me. I'm only playing a game. Rocky Avalon says he made it all the way through a chicken's courage only to be thrown off the edge of the world by X. I did no such thing. You're imagining things, man. Dude, why is there still XP? Are those slimes just dumb? I think they're dumb. There's also chickens down there. That's a good sign. Right, so the XP faces downwards. It says down, fluids. XP faces upwards, up, fluids. So they are both pointing to this. Now, someone said something about spinning the thing at... Oh. Now it's making a noise. What is it doing? Well, I didn't know you could spin that, and I don't know what spinning it means. Like, blew up? Is that in or out? Like, I don't know, but it's not. It's still not moving, whatever way around it is. Okay, let's hit this switch and pretend we never saw anything. You just killed your best redstone farm, says Dorgama. Well, I temporarily disabled it, is what I'd like to say. Plus, we got all of them in those nets to put them back again. Asuma fan Aroni says, "Hey Asuma, what is your favourite YouTuber besides you?" Well, I don't consider myself my favourite YouTuber. I've never, like, I don't watch my own videos. Favourite YouTuber at the moment, it's the same old. It's the Great War, I think, time and time again. I can't stop. Like, there isn't a week that goes by where I don't enjoy the videos that they put out, and I've been watching them since the 100-year anniversary of the First World War. I think they're one of the best channels on YouTube. Snelly Jeppy says, hi X, really late banana from me. I probably missed a lot of great stuff. Hope you'll stream for some time. You missed not a lot of stuff, to be fair. It's been a bit of a slow one with me figuring stuff out. Okay, that's not a cow, is it? It's a pink cow. You could call it a pink cow. Right, get wrecked, pink cow. We need a cow. Jack O'Leary says, does he read these during streams? Jack, unfortunately I don't read messages in chat. It's something that I don't do. We've got a message in chat from I Love Cats saying, X, looking at the farm is bad luck, don't you know? Okay, I'll look over in this direction. Is that okay? I'll peek over my shoulder, though. Editing, you watch your videos, says Cara Dryan. I don't watch every second of it, do I, though? Like, when I edit, it doesn't mean I sit there and watch everything as if I didn't know it had happened already. Anyway, why would that make me a fan? Limpson says, hey X, what have I missed? Just came here. You missed us setting up a couple of little things. Not done too much today. It hasn't been productive. We're trying to get a cow to spawn. I thought I saw one. No. No, I didn't. How? How? You can't spawn there. I've just pressed F7. Googly-eyed slime! Look at that fella. Get out of here and get right. How did that zombie spawn there? That's some social spawning madness for you, I'll tell you. I Love Cat says, that's cheating. Snelly there with a tea reminder. Thank you so much. I do need to be reminded of the wonderful cup of tea that we got here that needs drinking. Nick 48 million says, hey X, just joined. Good to catch you again. Welcome, Nick, to the stream. Real Tom Plays says, use the transfer pipes to transfer the XP. That was causing lag, unfortunately, which is why we had to change it. X, you should totally put a floating pig on one string on one of your farms as a homage to Pink Floyd's Animals. That's kind of cool. But I don't know how to get a floating pig, and I don't have a name tag. Mario says, did X say what his favourite YouTube channel was? Yes, The Great War is my favourite YouTube channel. Right, let's get rid of these suckers. Man, this is going to take forever. We had loads of cows earlier, and I didn't think to put them in an animal net. Or maybe I did. Maybe I did that, knowing that one day I'd need it. Dragonstar says, hey, assume if you press Control or left arrow key, there's a bug that duplicates the item you're holding, even if it's a full stack. I probably won't bother with that then. I don't want to exploit no bug. No ho. It's got no ho. Right. Claybear says, is the XP thing in your base full? Oh. That's interesting. No, because it can always get fuller. Like, there's no limit. There's no limit to how much. Interesting thought. You see, I said it might be because it's on top. I mean, this is a conduit, so maybe it's not the same. Also, what if it was, well, we spun it around a lot on the other side. So it wouldn't have to be with them matching. Fidoki says, you are streaming late today, X, am I? This is sort of normal time for me to be streaming. Ollie says, Tinker Matic reminder. Oh yeah, that's probably about time we did the Matic, isn't it? While we wait for that cow. The cow's going to spawn now, Ollie, and you're going to have to wait for another 5 streams before I remember. You know how it works. You know what I'm like. Oh, jeez, there we go, get wrecked. Matic. We're going to be making a Matic with the finest materials available to man. Why don't we just type it in over here? That would be smart. Oh dear. How does one spell the Matic? It's a good question. If it doesn't start with mat, I'm not sure. Assumer, look at the floor and press C. We've done that already, Grey Oldin. It's been fun. I feel like you've all seen a video where someone's done that because it's the first time I've seen it mentioned. It feels like. Slingo the Cat says, yeah, Sumer, it's an unusual time. Clocks went back, you know. They didn't for me, but if they went back somewhere else in the world, then I guess it's different for you. Matic. Ah, is that a Matic? It is. But I can't search it. Fascinating. We need a tool rod, an axe head, and a shovel head. And we need some sugar. Sugar? Okay, that slime will wreck itself. Don't worry about that. Make a reinforced hose, says I Love Cats. Let's going to get confusing with two cat lovers in chat. Or louvers, depending on how you look at it. Let's get some paper. Let's get some sugarcane. Let's craft it into more paper. And then we're going to need some gold. And we're going to need some obsidian, which I might be short on because... Nope, apparently I do have obsidian. I don't think we've made an obsidian farm yet. That's the thing, isn't it? System of a Down, sugar, says Musia. Yep, you got the reference to the way that I said the word. Sugar. That's how they say it in that song. If you didn't catch on. Right. We've got a lot of stuff in here. That's slightly worrying. But I think all we need to do is focus on our part builder. Aha. What did we need again? We need tool rod, axe head, shovel head. Tool rods, axe head, but no shovel head, which means we need some wood, right? Because I don't have the patterns. I don't have the patterns, man. What we got going on over here? We got a... Who are those feathers? Like, what are you? A flint chicken. Alright, we got some pink cows and some flint chickens today. Tree says, okay, sounded like Clarkson for a second when he said sugar. Which Clarkson? There are many Clarksons. Dragonstar says, I love cats too. I think lots of people love cats. JM Simons says, hey X, do you need a net for the cow? Yes, I do, but I've got it, which is all good. Right, so how do we make a pattern? That is the real question, isn't it? That is the question of our reality. X, are you planning to visit the end? If so, when? I think we'll visit it when the book tells me to, and at the moment we're trying to do things in the book, so it might not be long. Stencil table, hello. Shovel head, that's what we need. Okay, so we've got the 3 things that we need. We're going to part crafter, that's the one. Something like that, bam. Then one of them, bam again, and another bam, all the bams, and into, no, not that thing, this thing. So we make a matic, we put in the pieces, and we've got it with 5 modifiers. Okay, so now what we've got to do is take that thing out of there, we've got to select the gold, and we've got to make one of those. I think it needs 2. If that doesn't solidify, it's going to solidify, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Don't tell me 7 ingots. Jeez, we don't need those. Take them out. We got everything we need. Don't waste it. What is the best way of making power for starting? Says NW138. If you watch the YouTube series, if any of you got questions about stuff you're seeing, well, maybe not everything that you're seeing here, but if you want to know how to get started on this game, go check out my series on YouTube with Rendog. You can find links, below the video. That's like a fun series. We do some creative stuff, but ultimately we show you every step. So when we generate power in that series, we'll walk you through how to do it. And I really like that. It's a really fun mix of tutorial and... Looks like we needed one more. It's a fun mix of tutorial and entertainment, Thunder says you can select tables using the tab on top. Yes I can, but I seem to forget. I really like that feature as well. Ebank says, late bananas, what have I missed? Not a terrible amount of stuff today. It's been kind of slow, to be fair. I've just not really been in the zone, so to speak. Have you skied before? Says TPG Derp. Yeah, I just got back from a skiing holiday not so long ago. First time in like 15, 14 years. And I loved it. I was actually going through some of the footage today and making a little bit of plan for editing it and releasing some videos. But I'm still not 100% sure if I want to or not. The footage isn't that great is the problem. Okay, so we're going to put these things in. And now we have a unbreakable matic. Very good. Do we have a cow though? That's what I really want, is a cow. All I want for Christmas is a cow. All we get is a pink cow. And you, Slime, you're going over there as well. You can't escape it. So don't even try. How's your driving doing, says Ularifios. It's doing alright. To be fair, it's a bit weird because I didn't like it at first, but I've kind of got the itch to drive. I find that really strange because I don't like driving that much. I guess I kind of want to refine my skill at the moment now that I can drive. Do it on a Suma 2, says Rocky Avalon. That was my plan, and I was considering not doing it. So that tells you like what the footage is like, you know. It just points downwards too much. You see too much snow, and the best of what you want to see, the beautiful scenery, kind of fits into the top quarter of the screen, and it just doesn't feel right looking up there for the views. So there's a few moments where you get a nice view, but basically what I need to do is next time I go skiing, I think I'm going to get a stabilizer, and I'm going to get a GoPro where I can look at it on my camera using Bluetooth, and then that way I can, I can get better footage and views. I just want to check this for a second. Are those things going to go into here? Wheat goes into there. Seeds are for wheat. This is replanting. So if I need something that needs replanting... But here's the thing. If I don't have anything here and I lock it, right... I'm just going to lock that because these things can be right-clicked on. Right, that's mature. Now, is it going to harvest it? Yes. So we don't need to... Oh, okay. Never mind, it's going to do it anyway. We can also pump bone meal into here, but I don't think we'll bother with that. Oh, do you know what we need to do? We need to make more flux points and use that to move our energy around. Actually, that's how we should do this over here. We should just pump all of this into like a big capacitor bank and have flux points on it. Does that sound like a good idea? I think it sounds like a great idea. Jimmy says he'll be doing handbrake turns in the car park soon. I'm not that type of person. Like, there's no way I'm going to take risks in a car. Like, that's just not me. I'm not going to bomb it down the motorway. In fact, the thing I like least about driving is going down, like, dual carriageways. As soon as I go over, like, as soon as I get to about 50 miles an hour, I don't enjoy it. I'm like, this is just too much power, you know? So let's tone it down a bit. Janex says, you only locked half of the seeds for replanting. Oh, did I? I could have swore I clicked on the... No, look, it's locked. Oh! Oh! I was looking across. I thought these were for those. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, but... So, did we... What we saw, did it... Was it actually, like, correct? Did I... Is it all good? Because that's now stuck at 86. Okay, it's full. Is it that one there just got harvested? This one should get harvested. Yep. Okay, so that's good. All right, we did a thing. It happened. I feel like we need a countdown. This is countdown music. We've got to beat the clock, peeps. It's a race against time. Will we get a cow before the song ends? I hope so. Dude, there should be more animals than that. There's like none here. What's going on? I bet they've been walking into the spikes like dum-dums. Right, going to put those in there. Going to put that back over here. Keep things nice and clean. Claybear7 says the mechanical users need an item to use. The mechanical users. Oh, well spotted, well spotted. Yeah. Let's grab some sticks. And let's also grab... or better yet, find out, what do we need for a flux again? Receives energy, sends energy. What else do these things do? Flux core, flux block, flux manages energy. I like the sound of that. Railgun! Bloomin' hell, calm down. Right, we want some of that stuff. Oh yes we do. I'm not sure how much of this to craft actually. Okay, and then that's kind of it. Right, we've got 2 blocks. So how much flux do we have? Because we have to burn redstone. We've got a lot of flux. So in order to make... Right, we've got to make more of those. That's obsidian. Ah, we're going to need an obsidian farm, I see. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to make... Apparently that's all we're going to make for now. We're going to make more Eye of Enders. I don't know how many. Give me a stack. A stack will do, apparently. We'll make a stack of those. Right, so we got 4 blocks, and each one of these requires... Ah, that one doesn't. So we'll do that next. Okay, so we need 4 lots of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we should be able to make... Every time I click on it, it changes. It drives me mad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, flux point receives energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I might not actually need that many sends, but I'm just going to make 4 anyway. Apparently I can only make 1. Well, there we go. There's the other ones. Okay, so we can create a channel for each different thing that we want. Rusty Tool says, X, the apprehension you feel when driving is caused by your brain not being used to judging distant at such speed. As you practice, this will subside, and then it will be able to. It'll be able up to you to. I can't read. I can't read. I'm saying words that aren't in your message. Cow time. Do 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 do. Right. I don't know why I felt the need to do the can't touch this thing. Can't cow this. That's what I say. Okay. This next bit's going to be easy peasy. Agent says, why not try a dimensional transceiver? Because it's incredibly expensive and we don't have the infrastructure to craft them yet. We need a lot more machinery and automation and so much stuff to do, always in modded. We're just doing the derpy stuff at the moment. Right. Let's go. I was talking about this with Rendog the other day, how a lot of people say, oh my god, why don't you just use extreme reactors or something like that? We realise, or we hypothesize, would probably be the correct word, that a lot of people watch stuff in a video and then suggest it. So they there's a cut and it's like, oh, and now I've built this, and there's no understanding of like what's required or how much time stuff takes. Because often you'll get a suggestion when you're streaming to do something. No, that's not acceptable. Why did that happen? What? Well, that cow's got half a heart, and we're just going to nudge you. Yeah, often I'll get a suggestion to do something like mechanism, and I'm like, do you want to watch me craft, or do you want to watch me like do stuff, you know? But that's because people don't realise that it takes like a really long time to craft or to make or do all the stuff required for a particular mod. Okay, we did it, and it's storing milk. Sweet. I'm assuming we can extract that and just put it as a fluid somewhere. I love this little thing. We're going to put it here. Ah, little cow in a jar. He's our friend. Right. We've done that. Now let's go over here. Capture a cow in a jar. It's been done. We've done that one as well. Amazing. Craft an iron seed. Craft a diamond seed. Let's do it, peeps. Let's craft those seeds. How do we make them? Oh my goodness me. It's my favourite mod again, isn't it? Hey, X got a cow when I was playing the piano. Oh, you'd gone away and then they can't come back. I see. Not in Nitro says, X, you should also craft the recipes for mystical agriculture, so crafting the seeds is simpler. The book has the recipe for iron achievement. We have already also crafted the stuff over here somewhere. Mystical agriculture is the one at the back. It doesn't have the seeds. No, it does have the seeds, you see. Even with that, though, it still seems to be slow. I feel like we should probably like separate these a little bit. Let's put those ones in there, just so they can craft faster. Okay, so apparently I already did the seeds. Let's type in iron seeds. Okay, so we've got iron, conductive, pulsating, and quartz enriched. We'll go with this one. Right, but in order to auto-craft it, can I control-shift that? No, you can't do a one-off. So really what I've got to do is intermediate essence and tier 3. Right, so if I come over here... Intermedium essence, we needed 4 of that. Okay, then we do that to override and it goes and makes it. Then when it comes to the seeds, they're in the system. Tier 3, just make one of those. Thank you very much. And off it goes. Where'd the... Oh, I think it just used them all, didn't it? Alright. Shane Slat says, put the sticks in the mechanical user. Thanks for the reminder. I Love Cat says it gets real funny when the cow drowns in the milk. Wow, I sound really evil when I say it. It drowns in the milk. That's terrible. Corex Tech says, hey X, look at reborn storage for auto crafting. We've already got auto crafting. Agent says, if you have a flux controller, then you can use it to charge any item in your inventory from a distance / dimension, and it's fairly cheap. That sounds really cool. That sounds like something we should do, right? Anyway, apparently I have the things. We have those things and those things, which means that we should come over here and craft that thing. Bam, and we've done it. And I need a hoe, but I got this. Ah, look at that. The seeds are no longer there. That's interesting. Looks like we might have to put them back in the grid. Interesting how it would break those, right? Right, we're now farming iron over here as well, apparently. Let's let the seeds go back in there. However it does it. No seeds, it says. You'll get some soon enough. Slingo the Cats has just joined. Are we talking about real cows or Minecraft cows drowning in milk? I think we're talking about Minecraft cow, I hope. A real cow drowning in milk sounds kind of horrific. Right, next up is the diamond seed. There they are. They require the tier 5 supreme essence. Okay, so we'll do that first. One of those. Thank you very much. Off it goes. And it looks like it's going to do it quite quickly. I don't know. There's stuff whizzing about. And it's going to make our seeds. Collect the milk. Don't let him drown, says Ordipinator. Oh, right, really? So it's a real thing. Well, I guess I hadn't really thought about this. We're going to need some sort of fluid storage. That's an odd situation, isn't it? It drowning in its own milk. Salome 5D says, hey, Redstone farming. Yeah, redstone farming, that's something we need to enable again, but we'll do it later on. When we need it, we'll do it. When we're panicked for redstone, that's when I'll remember. I guess if we're going to do that, we're going to do upper left only. And we're farming sugarcane again. Right, so there we go, all done. The cow doesn't drown, says Stinky Sock. Yeah, it's a bit out of what I'm trying to do at the moment, so I'm going to believe what you say because that'll be more convenient for me. And we're going to just ignore the cow for the moment. Okay, so now what I need to do is make 4 of that. Overrides. It's taking its time, man. That's what it's doing. Captain 4RK says, how you doing, X? Love your streams. I'm doing good, thanks for asking, man. Also, Sable Cashew has resubscribed for 9 months in a row, saying, wow, 9 months already, on to the 12. Thank you for resubscribing. 3/4 of a year, really do appreciate that support. Gurtav says, bat of the wings for free flight. Oh, I've already got flight, so we don't need no bat of the wings. Let's have a, there's those seeds, I'm going to hold on to those. That's for sure. It's making all the other ones before it very slowly, isn't it? So I think even though I separated some of these recipes, it probably hasn't made much of a difference, as it's all sort of dependent on the ones below it. So if I put a speed upgrade on them or a stack upgrade, it might go a little quicker actually. In fact, of course it would. Like, why would it not, I guess is the real question. Let's grab that. Okay, I want to make like, let's say we want to make 5 stack upgrades. It'll do it all now. So let's start that. And there's our supremium essence. Right, so now we go over here, diamond seeds. Dude, this mod took a while to learn, right? You can't explain all the stuff I've learned in a single message, but now that I understand it, oh, it's pretty cool. It looks like all of that's working. We're going to lock those because we don't need them. I need to cough, and I can't mute my microphone, so if you can hear this, I'm really sorry. I put my finger on the microphone, and when I do that, the meter for the microphone gets louder. That's really odd. That probably sounded terrible in your ears. I'm a bad person. I should be ashamed. No, I'm only messing about. Right, so these things get to go back in here now. That thing... Oh, actually, all of that stuff's backed up, isn't it? Let's check those stack upgrades again. See them making speed upgrades is probably going to be a little bit slow. A lot of people didn't like the sound of my coughing there, by the looks of it. JG says that was slightly disgusting. Probably sounded worse because I was sticking my finger into the microphone, trying to block the sound and making it worse. Twitch watching farmer says that was the best. Well, someone likes the sound of a distorted cough, so that's all good. Hey, we get to cross those things out of the book. Bam, bam, we did it. Supremium apple, supremium armor. I'm on it. Let's do this. I'm down. I'm down for the cause. This supremium armor is going to be expensive, isn't it? Set bonus, flight, really? Charm slot empty. Right, armor toughness, oh, not as good, but you get 9 on the other. So it's kind of like, it's alright, isn't it? No fall damage, wow. Wait a minute, supremium boots. There's different ones. Charm slot absorption. It's like, there's like, oh wait a minute, this is so, oh. Oh, there's more to this mod than I realised. I think we'll look into that stuff another day. That's interesting. Okay, so if we're not going to do more of that right now, then use an angel block and your ability to fly to start a new island somewhere else. I mean, I'll place the angel block and then call it that. Travel to the bottom of the Nether using a boat. We can fly. Do I really need to do that? I don't know. Use the diamond chest transport to bring home 5 blaze spawners. We brought home 1. Travel to the beneath, to the end, kill the end dragon, collect dragon's breath. Okay, interesting. So we're going to have to fly to some other dimensions and stuff soon. That's kind of what we're gearing towards. So it sounds like what we should be doing is focusing on getting that supremium armor and those upgrades and making sure we're kitted out to do some of these things. Does make me wonder, how much essence do we have? 1.1k. Can't help but feel that we need more of that. We get it from mobs. So we could upgrade this farm, but we won't. I'm just wondering if it's still on. It is. I feel like we should start to remove more stuff up here and make it more efficient. So we're making dirt here, right? We export. Yeah, this thing was... If we need lots of dirt again, I'll remake this thing. But otherwise, I'm going to start to chew this one up, I reckon. Okay, we're kind of using that with other things, so that'll stay. But otherwise, let's go and... hey, let's use that magic button we've got. Except it doesn't work. It works that time. Doesn't work with Render IO. I Love Cat says, no, get Supremium Sword first. The Supremium Armor isn't the best, but the sword is amazing. It might not be the best, but it's better than what we got, and it looks interesting to me, the way it's set up. So that's why I'd like to explore it, I guess. Anyway, going back to the efficiency thing. We need to do that. Let's press F7. No, we're still good. Still good. Right, and let's start doing the flux thing as well. Let's not forget about that because we're going to move our power away from that system very soon. Alright, so over here, this is possibly, you could consider temporary, right? One in the middle is going to go on a network that we are going to call, create a new network. We're going to call it Refined Storage. We're going to give it a cyany colour. So we'll tone down the red and we'll bolster this up a little bit and go 256 there. That's green. Let's 128. Why does it not register the 256? Is it not going that high? I don't think it goes... I think it'd go higher than that. Maybe it's 255. Ah, there's 0 as well. Okay, so what did I say? 192? That's the kind of refined storage colour we want. Okay, create. So we have created refined storage. We are now going to use refined storage here. So that's what that flux plug does. Flux point receives the energy. So over the back here, our that little guy's drowning. Look at his little face. Oh. We're just gonna switch off completely for a second. Okay, this is gonna go in. Ah, it's gonna use the cable below as well. So now we're going to network connections, select network, refine storage. Okay, they're connected. Transferring 214 per tick. This thing is now powered, like dedicated power from over here. Interesting stuff. Peeps in chat telling me 255 is the max. Thank you, appreciate that. And also, Asuma Fanaroni says, drink your tea, Asuma. I will, Mr. Fanaroni, you. Okay, so that's good. Where else do we use power? There. But that flux point is not using one of our flux points over here. So we shall create another one. We're going to call this one... Mystical, isn't it? Mystical Agriculture. We'll call it Mystical Farming, so I don't butcher the names. This has got a nice reddish colour to it, so let's do a 255 and tone it down with a little bit of that, and also this one. Like that, that's nice. So a little tip for you, if ever you do colours, like I'm not a graphics designer. Also, Ian Ballasy, hello, how's it going, buddy? I'm not a graphics designer, but I've learned one thing through using colours a lot and doing Photoshop, is that don't always just jump to the boldest colour of red. Tone things down a little bit. Mix a little bit of other colours in there. You know, like, the harshest red colour isn't always the nicest to look at, is what I find. So, changing it up a little bit looks nicer, in my opinion. Right, so we now got the Mystical Farming Network set up. We're going to change this one over here to use it. So, Asuma's network, go bye-bye. You're going to use Mystical Farming now. And that means we should be able to see it's using 40 RF per tick. That's kind of cool. So this thing over here gets to go bye-bye. And then I guess we're sort of done with this stuff. I think what we'll do... That was for an experiment, so we can get rid of that block. What we'll do now is power this cable from over here with a point. And that will just go on to... We'll make a miscellaneous channel with the one on this side. Can I spell miscellaneous? Oh. I'm going to wait for chat on this one. Miscellaneous. Oh, it doesn't look right. I'm not quite sure. Dragonstar says, tip, Astroneer had a major update. Well, the last update I saw of theirs, I wouldn't describe as major myself. It didn't look so great. Torty J 2002 says, do you know Hypnotize? Of course I do. He's part of the Hermitcraft group. Of course I know Hypno. Jeez. Not that you would know, just... Yes. Oh, and people are typing it in chat quickly. Gotta get this one. E-L-A. N-E-L-A. No, E-L-L-L-A-N. E-O-U-S. Some people were spelling it with an I. Okay, there we go. Miscellaneous. It still doesn't look quite right. Some people are definitely doing deliberately mistyped. Milcellaneous. Jeez, that sounds weird. Right. Miscellaneous channel. We got to go with something a bit darkish. Let's go for 32 on each. So it's going to be like a grey. Like that. There we go. That's the miscellaneous one. Okay, so that one's going on the miscellaneous network, and this one will receive on the miscellaneous network. And how much power is it receiving? 100 RF per tick is going through there at the moment. That's good to know. Right, so this janky cable here gets to go bye-bye. Thank goodness, it's been too long that it's been there. It's janky, horrible and ugly. This is our obsidian farm. We've got an obsidian farm and I forgot about it. We might have to make another little... one of those that's even better soon. Right, storage discs and drawers can probably do the off at this point. Let's grab some cables, I've got an idea. Ah, here's another thing. These things will still generate power, wouldn't they? Oh, I've just realised something. This was like a separate network hidden underneath. I'll take that away then. Well, that thing seems to be doing fine. What was I going to do? I lost my focus a little bit. Grab some cables? Jeez, Asuma losing his focus a little bit. I'm pulling your leg, of course. That would never happen to me. Jeez, right. Let's slap that right there. Yeah? Okay, that's what we'll do. Because we don't need that gap anymore. Okay, then what I wanted to do was replace a block with a cable. That block is this one. It's going to drop water if I'm not careful, okay? So I need to press 5 very quickly. Oh, like a pro, like a pro. We're going to connect the network there. That one's still needed. That means that this stuff won't. Right, and then we're going to have to move our disk drive somewhere else as well. This thing doesn't have anything in it, so that can go immediately. And who remembers the old Smarty chest that I forgot about? I put all the things we needed in it, then I forgot about it. Okay, we want all of our cables to be like above head height, which I haven't really done. What happens when I put a cable there? I can still open it, that's great. Okay, this is going to come straight over it. No, 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 straight over this side. Connect to that bit of the network. And then that means we can remove some of the stuff down here. Right, so if we used an ender chest here to bring items into the system, where do we hook it up on the other side? Because if we hooked it up to this thing, we wouldn't need that ginormous cable. So that's a to-do, isn't it? Sounds like they're having fun in there. This thing needs to be... It's a wolf! He's attacking everything! Jeez! Oi, Wolfie! That's not fun. That's not fair, you. Not allowed to attack the animals, alright? They deserve a peaceful existence, being thrown into spikes and turned into food, okay? This thing's still messed up. Right, so we're only doing the one. If we made another blue one, we could get rid of that cable as well. Hypersniper says, did you see NSA's press conference? They found 3 planets in a solar system 40 light years away that are just like Earth. So should have water, so could have life. That's actually... Someone talked about that earlier and I started to reply, then I got distracted. 3 planets like Earth, I mean... That's interesting, that's interesting. You know, like... There's this like statistic out there. You might hear it from time to time. So tune your brains in and think. Like, have you ever heard someone say, like, you know, the probability of life is like so astronomically slim. Like the number is like 1 in 1 gazillion billion, and it sounds like, oh my god, that's insane. You know, how could that be, right? But if there is a 1 in something chance, then the one that is can figure out that chance, right? That might not make sense to you. I probably explained it really bad, but even when the odds are astronomically slim, the only thing in all of that big number that can observe the number and go, oh my god, this is the odds of it happening, is the 1. Like, and that's something you should think about. But the other thing you're not told, or often is not told in an argument when you're talking about the slim chances of life, is that although the odds are astronomically crazy sounding, 1 in a billion trillion or whatever, like the universe is so massive that that number is actually small in the size of the universe, and actually there is a fairly reasonable chance that there is life spread out across the entire universe, just separated by distance and time. Rocky Avalon says they found 7 Earth-like planets in the same solar system, 3 in the habitable zone, and only 40 light years from Earth, which would only take around 150,000 years to reach. I mean, it's fascinating, isn't it? Like, sometimes you'd like to think, oh, I'd love to live in the age of, you know, 1,000 years from now. They're making ships that can go at the speed of light or whatever, and stuff like that. But I don't know, sometimes I wonder, will we even get that far, you know? Are we even going to be able to overcome that challenge? Psycase, my name, says, oh, what a smoothie on my poochie. What? Estelian, thanks for that. Feels good. You're making me feel a bit warmed up. I don't know what this conversation is about, but we'll move on. We have a donation here from Spare. Says, I just feel like donating because I'm feeling good today. My health is getting good and I can go back to work again. Have a nice evening, Asuma. Glad to hear you're getting healthier or better. You're recovering, or I don't know why you're off work, but it's good that you'll be able to go back. And as always, thank you for the donation and support, and hope you enjoy the rest of the stream, man. Appreciate that. Rocky Avalon says, well, the idea was to put people in a state of cryogenic sleep and then send them to the planet with base resources. But we're not even capable of doing that yet, Rocky. Surely not. Like, there's this huge problem to overcome, which is getting things off of Earth, you know, like materials that weigh stuff, and getting them into space, and it's an incredibly expensive process. And like, there's a long way to go there. I Love Cat says you need 682 Inferium Essence for 1 Supremium ingot. Oh, dude, reminders, like, that's great. Let's, right, I'm doing a few things at once. I want to make more Inferium seeds, I believe, and farm that stuff faster right now. So, there are actually different tiers. Oh, can we just, like... Oh, wow, we could farm the Supreme directly? Let's give it a try. Okay, let's craft 8 of the top tier, which is there. So we only need... Hey, no, what? We need 7. You can do that while I do other things. Ah, look at that. We're going to be short. Maybe we start with the second tier, which is green. We're going to start with the second tier, peeps. We're going to make 8 of those. Thank you very much. And then we're going to make some of those as well. Well, we want to make 5 in total. No, that's not the way to do it. Going to make 5 of those in total. 4, 5. Well, actually only 4, but anyway, I've made them. So let's make the tier 2 ones. Bam. I guess we can probably afford tier 3 as well. Yeah, let's just try and get the first few tiers. So orange is next. So let's try and get 8 of those. See if we got enough for it. We have. Then we go up to tier... Wait a minute. Tier 2, 3, 4. So then we go for the blue ones. Right, we've got to take out those other 8 first as well. Bam. So now we go for that. And we've got enough for it. Excellent. Cutie Pie Kitten says, plus now that they know brown dwarfs have a Goldilocks zone as well as brown dwarfs, the most common type of star, so it is an estimation of the probability of life elsewhere has increased. Simo says, X, some scientists believe it may be easy for life to start in basic form. It is just staying alive and evolving that is the challenge. That's a really reasonable argument as well, isn't it? When we talk about life in the universe, we might not be talking about life as we know it. We might be talking about much simpler forms of stuff. Don't I need those? I think I might have just messed it up. I thought I pinched and put some things into my inventory. I think I've messed this up. So we got the green ones, yeah. Then we needed the orange ones, so I need 8 of those, and we're waiting on 8 of them. Oh, okay, so I didn't mess it up. Right. So now we want that, and then we want... Oh, it uses the tier before it, does it? So rather than make one of each type, I've just made the 4th type. Anyway, let's go find out what this needs to, or what's going on with this. Does it make lots of the basic stuff, or do we get some of the higher stuff just being farmed in? We'll go look at the screen again and find out. Asuma Fanaroni says, deep stream alert. Sort of, it's a space stream. Chazmeister Tutorials asks if I watch the In a Nutshell channel. I do watch them. I am a fan. I've just on occasion been a little bit... I dislike how much they condense a lot of the content, because I think they did an episode on one thing where I thought, well, actually there's a lot of stuff here that I think is like a little bit debatable, and you've sort of like trimmed over the top of. And I know the point is that it's in a nutshell, but it feels like sometimes some topics don't lend themselves to being about being in a nutshell. You know, like some things require a little bit more thought. Is what I think. It was the war on drugs one that sort of rubbed me the wrong way, the way they presented it. Okay, so I'm not seeing blue stuff come into the system. It looks like it's just Infernium essence. Maybe it gets a bunch of it at once, or it grows faster. We've got a crop there and we've got a crop there. That one's mature already. This one's at 86. 0%. I mean, initially doesn't look like it's particularly growing faster. 43 to 29. If anything, I think it might grow slightly slower. 43, 43, it does. It grows slower. Now it's at 71. Right, we're going to watch it grow. We're going to watch the items go into the machine is the idea. 86, mature quickly. I think it just got 5 of those all at once, that looked like to me. Maybe that's how it works. Do you watch Vsauce or CGP Grey, says the Gamma? Yeah, I watch both of those. Nerd Writer is another channel I'm very impressed with. Really good video essays. Okay, I really need to focus on getting a few more things done here. I wanted to automate the crafting of iron and diamonds, which we should do over here actually. So if I click on that, we do that, and we create the pattern. And if I go to diamonds, we need to do... I don't see it. Wait, is that it? Oh, it's that one. It's just got a different kind of vibe about it. Right, so one of these is an auto crafter. There it is, and we're going to put that and that in there. Excellent. Now we'll tidy up the inventory. So, disc manipulator, right, I was still doing tidying up underground. We made a bunch of stack upgrades earlier, remember? We're going to put those in these ones back here, just to see if that helps with anything. Nope, you can't. Okay, you can't do that, it turns out. Didn't even think to check, did I? We've got a noise in here. I'll get to that in a second. We're into focus mode at this point in time. That will go in my backpack, won't it? Okay, so we're done with the stack upgrades. We have done about all we can with that today. The power situation's okay. I think I wanted to start doing something else with power, but we won't get too distracted. We were cleaning up under here, and I think that's all I want to do. So I'm going to take the discs out of here temporarily, and they keep the data on them, which is very good. And that means all that stuff's out of the system. We're going to take our disk drive, get rid of these cables, and move it somewhere else. And that one there, bam. Right, so since this area is kind of like a bit of a storage thing at the moment... Oh, ender chest was the other thing I wanted to do. We're going to put that right next to all of that stuff and put in these discs, and all of our items come back. And it's all hunky-dory. However, at 90k out of 100, we need some more of these, really, don't we? Oh, yes, we do. Look, that one's full. We need some upgrades. We need to do a lot of stuff. Kopali says there is a theory that every single electron/positron in the universe is in the same exact electron, just travelling backwards and forwards in time. Not heard that theory before. Infinite inwards and infinite outwards is a theory that I thought was really fascinating. We've got a donation here from Rocky Astrolon saying we're pretty far along in cryogenics, sustaining a spacecraft on its journey, and the fact that the pioneers would be lucky enough to survive are the main issues. By the way, the 150,000 year estimate that I gave is our current fastest speed, 25,000 miles per hour. Well, Rocky, I mean, it depends on what you read and where your source of information is. The last time I really heard a statement or something about cryogenics, I don't really recall where I heard it, but it was along the lines of cryogenics is in a, we'll freeze you, but you're going to have to wait until they figure out how to unfreeze you. Like, people are frozen right now. People have paid to have themselves frozen. There's a company, I think they exist in New York, that has a lab you can pay to be frozen, and they'll keep you frozen. But the idea is they don't have the technology to unfreeze you. You're going to have to wait. And that was the last thing I really heard that I can recall of that. So if that thing's been importing there for ages... Look at that! There's nothing over here. This whole time, we've had that chest there, and it's been... Oh, don't fall down there. It's been doing nothing, man. It's been a lazy chest. Right. This thing gets to go. Oh, upgrades as well. And that one there. Excellent. So, again, just making progress with tidying things up. Asumi, you should make a machine room. That's kind of what that area down there is. Maybe I should make it feel more like a room and add some walls around it or something. Cryogenics is kinda in a frozen state, says Wolf Dances. Rocky Astrolon, or Avalon, whatever you want me to call you. Thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it as always. Spare Grissian says hashtag Rockypedia. I love that. I heard it on the Rockypedia. Right. Let's go chuck some more things up here. So the one other thing was now to make an ender chest, which we should easily be able to make. And it's down here at the bottom. Yes, we would like one of those. Thank you very much. We'd also like some of that and some of this. Oh! Oh, of course, yes, because that's my backpack. I was like, oh, there's items in here. There's goodies. Oh no, they're the ones we've already got. Right. So that is now going to be for the mob farm to bring items into the system, and we can do away with that massive cable. It's good progress, really. Like, when you're not in the mood for doing like big projects and stuff, if you're getting something done, it's good. It's good, isn't it? Right, I think we might have just lost the item collector. Which is what I was trying to avoid doing. Hey X, do you like pangolins? They are very cute, but sadly endangered. A pangolin? I don't think I've ever heard of a pangolin, and it's possible that I might not have seen one. There are so many animals. You go watch like Planet Earth 2 or whatever nature documentary. There's always like some new animal they're showing you. I'm like, wow, this is incredible. It sort of looks like one of those and one of them mixed together. Right, we're going to collect some items, and we're going to do it with an advanced collector. I give up. Talking is bad for me today. Wolf Dancer says Ted Williams' Frozen has been used as a baseball, not worth thawing anymore. Besides, they said brain cracked several times. Oh, so is Ted Williams a baseball player? Apparently he's not worth thawing. The brain cracked in several times during freezing. Oh man. Oh, that's awful. So this guy decided to get frozen and it went wrong. Well, that's cryogenics for you. Let's have a look. Right, so we'll do that. Then we will get rid of this thing. Oh, that's right. That's right. You can't... Well, that happened. You can't vein mine it. And I won't get that back. Oh, I've got to go pick up more cobblestone stairs. Jeez. Give me a break. That's what I say. Give me a break. Give me a Kit Kat. Oh, that reminds me of something I wanted to talk about. Here's some food for thought for you. So I noticed some of my patrons were making jokes or talking about, I think, different hermits using this, the Legend 27, right? Now, you know me, I'm a bit of a when it comes to business. Like, don't trust business that much. Like this form of like viral advertising is really clever because it gets people joking. Like one of the best adverts to make is to create like something that's cultural that people identify with, talk about and joke about, because they're inadvertently advertising the thing by talking about this Legend 27. I don't know if any of you have ever thought or seen stuff like that happen before, but you know, when people start like mimicking and talking about stuff that they see through adverts, you're sort of advertising the product by doing it. You're buying into that thing, and that rubs me the wrong way. Some people, you know, don't see it the same way. That's fine. I just thought I'd throw that out there, see what you think about it. The Mark Duck says X doesn't know about memes. Memes are old to me. I've said this many times before. Memes are those things from 10 years ago. Like, I'm really surprised that memes are still a thing, because I don't know, like I hear about memes more and more than ever, and yet like 10 years ago they were just, you know, some sort of like thing that was evolving and happening and becoming on the internet. We got a resubscribe for 8 months in a row from Legions of Luigi saying 8th month hype. We've also got a donation here from My Love Cat saying, started reading my nerd math message, but no, you need 682 essence for 1 supremium ingot. And for a tool of armor core, you need 1428 inferium essence. The stuff is going on in chat is crazy. I'll need to watch the stream again. Thanks for the tips, buddy. I'm just going to try and farm as much of it as I can, so it makes it easy. So you'll probably see that we'll just keep crafting those seeds until it comes in fast enough to craft the better seeds and all that kind of stuff. Memes are a form of communication, says Hilo. They are. Yeah, they are. They are used to communicate, definitely. They're a form of language, I guess you could say, because of that. They're jokes as well. They're humour. They mainly revolve around humour. They're cultural and they say a lot. It's interesting. X, you should change your first cable to a better cable. Well, we're sort of ripping apart this system and building a new one is kind of the idea. Wolf Dances says, memes are so bad last year. I say 2016 is the year the meme became a meme. I think a meme became a meme a long time ago. Spegrisson says, drink up your tea, Sumo. I will do. JG44 says, there is also a reasonable probability that life exists in water oceans beneath the ice layers on the Jupiter moon Europa. I heard about that, yeah. The moon probably has a geothermal core. The underground oceans contain more water than oceans here on Earth. There might be the right at our cosmic doorstep, separated from us by only a few hundred kilometers of solid ice. Fascinating, right? Before you go, put some speed upgrades in the crafters. Oh, good idea. But why don't we just get loads of those made? Let's get 20 of them going. Go on, do that. Bam, we'll have 20 of those. And everything's pretty good. Have we done anything on here again? Not really. Not really. That's basically it. Not really. Right, what have we been exporting? Because we're running out of space. There's another little thing that I need to do. I love Cats as X. Be a derp for me 1 second. I am not going to be a derp. Oh, wait! No, I'm joking. I knew it was there. I knew it was there, man. I swear I knew it was there. Okay, so we want to get sand. We want to get sugarcane into this system. Because that's going to be piling in here. So now we've got to export sugarcane. And we should bring another material into the system as well. I really want to be able to look at these other terminals from down here. Right, what else could do with storing? Let's go with the wither dust right now. Let's make enough to export that as well. So in goes wither dust. I think lapis needs doing. It might get a little bit laggy now that we're doing 2, because yeah, it's getting laggy because they're looping. But we kind of really need to export them like that. What I should do, and I do actually have a stack upgrade there. I think it's literally going in a loop from like here to there. It wasn't doing that before, was it? I might have missed something. I think it's literally just... Wait, we set a priority on this. Okay. Now let's set that priority down. It's not going up. I don't know how to deal with that problem. Wait, did I not set it? Ah, ha ha ha, I figured it out. Right, okay, so for another day, we know what we're doing there. But that's a little bit of a tricky problem, because we're going to have a loop. Let's take that sugarcane out and stop the lag already. X, do you plan on making the place look nice, says Dark Skull? Not really, but I would like to give it a shot at some point. The problem is, you only start off with stone and cobble. You don't really have a lot of other materials to build with. I mean, you got wood, but cobblestone wood, I don't know. Maybe I should have thought about it more. You know, this is my first time playing Sky Factory, and I think what I'd like to do in the future is not just build these platforms, but to create a base at the same time to make it look better, you know. It's a learning curve. Next time we do a mod pack, we'll do it so much better. But aesthetics is one of the things that has definitely been neglected, and it's because I didn't really have an approach. I didn't know how to do things, right? And I see other people just build a platform and it spreads out and they do stuff on it. Making it look nice is definitely a cool idea. I feel like we're a bit too far into it to really make that work without a lot of tedious rebuilding. So we'll probably stick with what we're doing for now, you know. But in the future, man, things are going to be better. Right, peeps. Guess what? That is going to be it for me this stream. I've talked my voice out. I want to say a massive thank you to all of you for coming by. We'll do a raid right now. A raid is what we shall do. And, oh, we've got a message there. And, yeah, massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, cheered, and followed. Appreciate you all. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out in chat today, coming by. This will be uploaded to the second channel. And, as of right now, I'm just looking for someone to raid. And False is playing some Hermit Pack. I'm going to send you over to False. Also, just so you know, Rendog will be streaming in 10 minutes as well. I saw earlier he was doing a stream at 9. I'll send you over to False though, and I'll host her channel in the chat. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, peeps. Bye bye.